life. And on today's topic, we will be talking about 10 things that all wives need to stop doing. Okay? Now, I am going off my notes, my notepad, and yeah, I'm gonna be as quick as I can. I'm not gonna um, I'm not gonna stay too long, doing this. So let's get to it. All right, so 10 things that all wives need to stop doing. Number one, the number one thing that all wives need to stop doing is to stop putting your friends over your spouse. We all need a tribe to lean on, right? But there is a fine line between having your people, right, and neglecting your husband in favor of your friends. Honestly, after many years of marriage, friends can feel easier and more fun than your spouse. Friends don't come with added drama, right, of married life. For some reason, it can be so much easier to extend grace and favor to your husband, right? I'm sorry, it could be much easier to extend grace and favor to your best friend than to your husband. We can be we can begin to start choosing easy over leaning onto the relationship that should matter most in our lives. We have to make our marriage a top priority. We live distracted and crazy, full lives, but without curiousness, right? Curiosity, without being consciousness, right? Right? Being conscious. We choose to put each other first, right? We should choose to put each other first. Our marriage will fall to the ground, okay? So let's be wise about the friendship that you choose to invest in. These people should come alongside your marriage, offering you helpful advice, encouragement, joy, and support. In the best case scenario, they would also be friends with your spouse. Your tribe should also enrich your home life, not distract you from it. So there are some men who do this. There are some men who put their friends over their wives, right? I'll get to that in another episode. But on this episode, we are talking about wives, okay, slash wives who put their friends over their husband. They spend more time and, spend more energy and all that with their friends than their husband. And then when they come in, they want to come in and have a little attitude with their husband, like, what you mean, bro? Like, so let's go to number two, because we're going to run through this. Battery life on this camera kind of suck. But anyway, number two for the 10 things that all wives should stop doing. Number two is stop being so serious. Okay, stop being so serious. Put a smile on your face. Crack a smile. Crack a smile. Right? Being an adult can be so hard. There are so many times you just want to stop to grieve how hard being an adult is. That is exactly why we need our spouse to help us. Okay? Bring fun back. We need our spouse to help us bring fun back into our lives. No one wants to be the serious one all the time. So give yourself permission to be fun every now and then. For some reason, most men are able to embrace fun a little more easily than women. So why not stop resisting laughing at our silly jokes? Okay, laugh at your husband's silly jokes, sometimes, just stop resisting, you know what I'm saying? And embrace the lightheartedness that they bring to the table. Okay? Life is too short for it all to be about work and never be about play. Embrace fun and make time to laugh together. Plan a date night or play a game together. You could play PS4, PS5, Xbox. You could play Wii. Wii's a good console. Y'all could play together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could play. There's different type of games. Even board games. Y'all could play board games, or there's different type of console games that y'all could like PS4, PS5, um, Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Wii. These are consoles you and your spouse, can play together and have some fun. Especially Nintendo Wii. Nintendo Wii, you have to move. You gotta, y'all both gotta be interactive. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of games in Nintendo Wii, and that's to me the best console to have. To play games with your spouse or your kids. Okay, so number three. Number three is stop resisting being intimate with your husband. Uh, I may get in trouble for this, and I may not. Don't mind the background. I gotta finish padded up. You know what I'm saying? It is raining outside. It might start to thunder soon. It's going on 2 o'clock, but we still finna fly through this because I promise y'all a new episode of real life. You know what I'm saying? Stop resisting being intimate with your husband. And this can cause a problem. This can cause a big problem, okay? The sexual needs of men and women tend to be pretty different. Men typically would like to be intimate much more frequently than women. It is okay to express that you have different needs than your spouse, but it is important, okay? It is important that we aren't always the wet blanket to our sex life. Translation. Your man wants something. Don't wait until 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks pass, a month, 2, 3, 6 months pass. Now it's going on a year. Before you give them some. Don't do that. That's gonna cause a problem, and that can also be a reason. It's not a good reason, but that's also another reason why men cheat. I did an episode of why men cheat. That is another reason why men cheat. It's not a good reason. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It is not a good reason to cheat, but it is still a reason. We ain't talking about that. I have found that communicating about different life circumstances around intimacy is helpful and your for both you and your husband. In some stages of life, long and elaborate may not be even possible. Okay? On the other hand, when the kids are out or in bed asleep, it's time to go slow and make the most of the time together. That is a value, okay? That is a value in every chance. There is a value in every chance, okay? We take to connect physically, making an effort to communicate openly and do what you can to get excited about your sex life goals, okay? So if we always are too tired, too stressed, or too uninterested, we are neglecting a very important part of our marriage. Now, a lot of females, and I can't be too long. What's this? That was number three. Now, a lot of women and men do this. You know, some of y'all, might be working crazy hours at work, or for the little time you're at work, you working hard. They're slaving you. They working. You know what I'm saying? That can be the case. And then when you come home, you may have other things to do. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on, like, it's understandable if you and your husband work and then y'all come home and then, you're tired or he's tired. But at least set a day, come on. Y'all don't work 24/7, 7 days a week. Okay? Y'all both gonna have at least one day off. Okay? So, kids or no kids, make time to be intimate with your spouse. Okay? Don't let 6 months to a year go by and then now your husband is like, hey, it's been 13 months, 14 days, and 18 hours, and 15 minutes, and 39 seconds. Like, if it comes to that, if he's counting, like, he got it, you know, he got it down, like, calendar, like, then that's not good. Okay, so make some time to be intimate with your spouse. Okay, it's very important in your relationship, it's very important in your marriage, even if you're not married. Well, this is mainly for married women, so it's very important for your marriage, okay, to be intimate with your spouse. Okay, make time. You love him, you really love him, you really, really, really love him, and you don't want nobody else but him, you only got eyes for him, okay, then make time, okay, to be intimate with him. Do little things to spice it up. Get lingerie, do your hair, spray some, perfume on that she likes, put a little makeup on, you know what I'm saying? Like, do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying, to make it happen. I took too long on that. I took longer on that than I wanted to, but it had to get out because that's very important. All right, number four. Number four is stop making plans without the input of your husband. This is something else that's important. When you are married, then that means what? Y'all do fusion. Okay, so at the wedding, once they say you may kiss the bride, once y'all kiss, y'all basically mm, uniting as one now, or in other terms, y'all fusing together, y'all becoming one mind, y'all becoming one body, y'all becoming one spirit, you know what I'm saying? That's basically how it's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, then you can't just, hey, I booked the trip and I'm headed to Florida. I see you when I get back, or hey, I'm about to buy a new house, or I'm buying a new car, or something like that. Don't. There's a lot of decisions that shouldn't be made without your spouse. Okay. If we want our husbands to be our true partner, then we have to start including them in the details of our days. The truth is, when we stop asking our spouse for their input, they stop expecting to have a say so. So, a lot of times, say you're living together and then you just doing whatever in the house and you're not even asking, letting people move in or whatever the case is, and then when you finally come up and ask the husband, when you finally come and ask your husband, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, could this person stay with us? Hey, can this, whatever, whatever, you know what he gonna say? He gonna say, look, bro, do what you want, because you're gonna do what you want anyway, so do what you want. Now you want to try to include me in this? Nah, bro. You good. You good. And that's not good because that means your marriage is falling. Okay? Most women are so capable of making decisions that our husbands easily begin to defer to us as when a chance has to be made. But an important thing to remember is that Partnership is a choice. Choosing to lean on each other does not mean you are incapable of doing something on your own, but rather it is a decision in to go in on something together. Just because we are able doesn't mean that we should just, you know what I'm saying? Just because, I mean, the ship of our horns doesn't mean we should. So just because we can make that decision on our own doesn't mean we should. I got the money, you got the money to buy a house, or you got the money to buy a new van. You want a van or you want a truck, you got the money to do that. Okay, just because you got the money to do that and you could go and easily do it with no problem, it doesn't mean you should. You know what I'm saying? Because you're married. You and your husband are one. Y'all together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing it together. All right. So let's move in. Let's move on. Move in. Let's move on to number 5. Getting a little parched here. So number 5. Remember, this is 10 things that all wives, every single wife in this world, if you're a wife, then then that means it's for you. Okay? So all wives, 10 things all wives should stop doing. Number 5 is stop treating your husband like he's useless. And a lot of, you know, wives nowadays, especially nowadays, in these new ages, a lot of y'all wives, you know, y'all, the way y'all be talking to y'all husband, the way y'all be treating y'all husband, the way y'all be, you know what I'm saying? That's not cool. You know, there's plenty of examples, but I'm not gonna name them. But that's not cool. Stop treating your husband like, he's your roommate. You know what I'm saying? All the women I know are full of drive, intelligence, and moxie. Okay? We are forced to be, y'all forced to be reckoned with, real talk. But these are all amazing qualities that should not be tempted, but they do have to be applied to our marriage in the proper way. If you aren't careful, you will run the risk of railroading your husband right out of a job, in your home, and your marriage. God knows this is about women. That is why it is you know what I'm saying? It is important for y'all to approach your husbands with submission and respect. Okay, respect. All right. Ephesians chapter 5. Yeah, there's a scripture in this. Yeah. So in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 and verse 23. God created women to be the easier helper, which means help, right? Savior, right? Re- Recruiter or protector. Y'all come on the scene from the beginning with a purpose. All right? Y'all purpose is to be the helper, get the job done, take care of y'all homes, and y'all, God knew that alongside your strength can be a drive that can make it hard, for y'all to pause and consider that your husband may have something to offer too. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna move on to number 6. Stop stop retailing events with your husband. Cast the fool. Okay, so laughing at the expense of your husband is not okay. Alright? Battery dying. I see it starting to blink red a little bit. But So your husband is
or
may
not
not be
great.
great with directions. There have been many occasions that you have gone out for miles of the way because of a missed turn after after y'all have experienced one of those unexpected detours. You know what I'm saying? While the story that you may tell feel lighthearted and funny, for many husbands it can sound like you're insulting his intelligence and in front of other people. So those little stories y'all be telling, you know, just be mindful because a lot of those stories, makes your husband, you know, or will make your husband feel some type of way like, yo, that's word. So you gonna throw me under the bus, just to get some laughing, just to try to fit in with the crowd or whatever. That's not cool. So don't laugh at the expense of your husband. Just be mindful of the certain stories that you tell. Make sure, and if you're gonna tell a story, to one of your friends or family or coworkers or whatever, first talk to him about it. Hey, is it okay? If I tell this story to this person or to this group or in this social event or whatever the case is it okay? You know, Communication is important. That's one of the keys to a successful relationship. No, marriage is not easy. Even if you're not married and you're in a relationship, that's your girlfriend or boyfriend, fiance, or whatever the case is, it's not going to be easy. It is going to be hard. But you got to work at it, just like your car. Well, I'm a car guy. So my car, just like my car, how I have to work hard to maintain my car and keep my car running smoothly. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the same thing with marriage. Number 7, stop treating your husband like he is the part-time babysitter. Now, a lot of y'all might, have something to say about this. This is debatable, to a lot of people, but if you have kids together with your husband, then I would like to set one thing straight. Your husband is not a part time nanny, he is their father. Your kids need him. He should have input on every decision you make as a parent. And he is also able to care for your kids too. Okay? So exception with the noted exception of of the case of abuse, neglect, or other, you know, certain circumstances like that. Most moms nearly immediately and passionately, gain mothering interactions when they become a mother. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes, fatherhood takes a different path, and men need time to grow into that role, into their role. So don't just think you could just drop your kids, off at just, oh, he'll take care of the kids. I could just go get my nail done, get my hair done. I go chill with the girls. I go clubbing. I go to the party. I could go, whatever the case is. Don't, now don't get me wrong. If you got kids and y'all married and y'all all live in the same household and you gotta go grocery shopping, or something like that, if, you know, don't just, you know, like I said, communication, talk to him, talk to your husband, talk to your husband, ask him, hey, you know, hey, can you watch the kids for a little bit while I run out, or if you want, we could get the kids ready and we could go together, grocery shopping or whatever we're gonna do, or, you know what I'm saying? Or do you want me to take the kids with me? You know, if you have somewhere to go or something to do, you know what I'm saying? Communicate, because you don't know what's in his head. He don't know what's in your head, what's in your mind, what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? We ain't psychic. You know what I'm saying? So communication. You see how communication is falling back into all of these categories, all of these, communication. Let's move on to number 8. All right, so number 8 is stop doing all the chores. There are so many studies out there telling women how overworked y'all are these days. Many of y'all work all day and then come home just to work all night. When all pushed, when y'all push yourselves, you know what I'm saying, 24/7. Y'all be stressing 24/7, burning out, you know, unhappy and, irritable. Yeah, it's hard for me to say that word, whatever. This is real life. I ain't cutting it out. This is real life, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so long story short, for number 8, and this is where men supposed to get involved, you know what I'm saying? You come home from work, you come home from work, you're tired, and then now you gotta sweep, now you gotta mop, now you gotta do the dishes, now you gotta do laundry, now you gotta cook, now you gotta put the clothes away, now you gotta do all these stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you get married, y'all become one, y'all become a team, okay? And as a team, being that y'all two are a team, y'all both supposed to work together, okay? Y'all need to work together, okay? So husbands, don't let your wives come home from work tired as crap. I understand you work too, and you come home and you tired too. But let's say y'all both come home around, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Y'all come home around the same time. Okay, so as tired as both of y'all may be, you do know that y'all can both work together. Hey, I'm gonna go wash the dishes and then I'm gonna sweep. And while I'm doing that, you can fold the clothes or you could do this. You know what I'm saying? Work together. It is important to work together as a team. Okay, that's the whole purpose of being with somebody. That's the whole purpose of being in a relationship. Whether you're married or it's just your fiance or your girlfriend, it's important. It is so important to work together. Okay? Number 9, stop feeling bad for taking up space. You may hate when your emotions and how they take on many, excuse me, stop feeling bad for taking up space. You may think that you're taking up space. Um, all right, say your husband is playing a video game or watching TV or reading a book or, and then you trying to ask him something or you don't really want to ask him something or you don't really want to ask for his help or because you're afraid that, oh, I don't want to keep asking him and then he's gonna get irritated by me and think I'm doing too much and you know don't don't you're not taking up space, you're not causing no problems unless you are causing problems. And now asking your husband for help or asking can he, the only way you're causing a problem is if you trying to start an argument. Like if you raising your voice at him, or talking to him like he's some little kid, or he's you know then yeah, that you're not necessarily taking up space, but you causing problems. Okay, you're not, what's the word, a lot of y'all females think, oh, I don't want to bother him, I don't want to bother him, oh, I need help with this, I need help with that, but I don't want to bother him. Bruh, if y'all together, and if he's in love with you, like you're in love with him, then it shouldn't be a problem if you ask him, hey, can you run to the car and get this? Or hey, can you run to the store? Or hey, can you run to the kitchen and do this for me? And like, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, if you're tired, or your back is hurting, or your feet are hurting, or something like that, and you're asking your husband, it shouldn't be a problem for him to say, okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna stay too long on that. So, number 10. Number 10, okay? 10 things that all wives need to stop doing. This is number 10, okay? And we made it this far. And if you made it this far in the video or in this episode, then appreciate it. That means you're listening. That means you're interested. That means you probably know somebody who fall under one of these categories. Or you may know somebody who fall under all of these categories. You know? So, number 10, oops, didn't mean to do that. Number 10 is stop looking to your husband for things that only God can give you. Stop looking to your husband for only things that God can give you. There are many seasons in a marriage in which you may be looking for something that your spouse does not have the ability to give you. Go to God in prayer and fasting. He will see you through. Okay? There are, for an example, if something's going on with you, mentally or emotionally, and your husband's doing all he can, but can't he just can't, he can't hit that spot, he just can't get it. You know what I'm saying? And in that case, that's when you go on your knees. You go on your knees, you pray, you fast, and you ask God, Lord Jesus, I'm having an issue, I'm having problems with, something emotionally, or something mentally, or something physically, you know what I'm saying, or something spiritually. I'm having a problem with this. I'm having a hard time dealing with it. Like, if you're angry all the time, then yeah, there's only so much your husband can do. Go down on your knees and pray. Okay? These are the 10 things that I didn't say some, all wives need to stop doing. Now, let me put it this way: 10 things that wives need to stop doing. The wives that fall in these categories, y'all need to, this is for y'all. But for the wives who don't fall in this category, and y'all really holding it down, and y'all really, then, kudos to y'all, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for tuning in to this episode of Real Life. And the next clip is going to feature, it's going to be you're going to hear my newest song. I just dropped a song out. It's called LOVE. I worked hard on it. I worked hard on writing it. I worked hard on mixing it, editing it, mastering it. I worked hard on the song. And it came out pretty good. I like it. So hopefully I like it too. So hit that like button. Hit that share button. You know what I'm saying? Share with your friends. Share with your homegirls. If you know they're married and they may fall in one of these categories, share it with them. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Thanks. Until next time.
Royal Swag Production. Swag Production. Do you remember when you said to me, you said you love me and you'll never leave? Yes, I can see it in your eyes, something so special. I know our love will never die, this I know. Even on the day we met, you knew my heart was broken. You kept it real by my side, and this is why I want you in my life. L is for the way you look at me. Oh, it's obvious you're feeling me. V is for the virtue I see inside. E is for the emotions that's hard to hide. That love. To the O to the VE, I'ma show you what you do to me. Every single time that I'm feeling down, you come around and make me smile. With that smile that's on your face, I could tell it's gonna get better. Through the storm, through the fire, we gon' make it, yeah, together. What they call us unstoppable, that's the reason we cannot stop. Those other girls can't take your spot. Never leave, stay by your side. Ride or die to the day I die, no need to cry, stay by my side. Cause you'll know I'll never hurt you. L is for the way you